Namaste, Sitaram, a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I'm your host, Nisha Sharma, and Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharudradev Mandir. And the Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. So today's program, we just want to remind you that we're preparing for our Yagna as well as our Ganesh Visarjan boat cruise. So today during the program, you'll be seeing clips of our last year's Ganesh Visarjan boat cruise. Throughout the program today, I'll be giving you more information on the Yagna and the Ganesh Visarjan boat cruise. For now, we'll join our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma, for our Katha. Enjoy.
Sutta Mahapragya. That's Shaunak Muni. Shaunak Muni and the 88,000 sages and saints, they have all gathered in this place that is called as Naimisharan. Naimisharan was a place where the sages and saints, they have chosen because it was the most serene, a most peaceful place. And so they chose this place in which they came and they performed yajna for thousands of years. But in between, they would stop and they would ask of Suttaji Maharaja, who was called as one of the disciples of Ved Vyasaji Maharaj, who has composed these holy scriptures, to explain to them and to remove and alleviate the thoughts that they had of misconceptions of the Lord. For only one who has already walked the path, we have stated, they'll be able to tell you what is on the other side. If we have not traversed this path, then how will we be able to tell someone you should go this way? And so they say to Suttaji Maharaja, Sutta himself was most fortunate as he seated upon this Vyasasana and he's narrating. And in those days, like long ago days, we didn't have a microphone. Ryan, you remember a day that you played drum without a microphone? Maybe a little bit before your time, right? When long ago days, they would have yagnas with 1,000 people. And the Baba, when he chanted, 1,000 people and people on the road also hearing. He didn't need a microphone at that time. But now as time has gone by, we don't have that such powerful voice anymore. So we rely upon this type of equipment. Right, Janisha? Devotees, what we are simply saying that when Vyas narrates in such manner, everyone, it touches one's heart. So Shaunak says that Suttaji Maharaj, that indeed, as called as the Shishya, that is called, as you are called as the disciple, you are called as a student of Ved Vyasaji Maharaj, these words have come first and foremost from Ved Vyas unto you. And understand that Ved Vyasaji Maharaj compiled these scriptures. But as he compiled these scriptures, they were implanted in him, but none other than the Lord Parampita Brahma, Srila Naraji, who had composed. So it's not something that has been made up by individuals. In the same manner now, he comes and indicates that you are most intelligent, that you possess this Uttama Jnana. Gita talks of Nich Jnana, Madhyam Jnana and Uttama Jnana. Nich Jnana, or the knowledge itself, that will just help you to survive in society. Just help you how to learn how to pay your bills in society. Just to learn how to be okay in society. Just to be average in society. Madhyama Jnana itself means a middle, a combination of both. But Uttama Jnana can only be found in places of satsang. It can only be found in the gathering of holy ones and letting it resonate in the air and assembling and entering through every portal of our body. Such is what Gita calls as Uttama Gyan, the high step of knowledge that will help you free and liberate yourself from the shackles of this mortal world. Yesterday night, I was there by a devotee who had passed away, and so we were explaining, and in this family they had more than 100 questions that they had. So they were asking questions. I said, good. By only asking of questions, then only we remove the doubts from our mind. So it was connected to that. And so we were there just answering to the best of our capabilities, but according to scriptural injunctions. The sages and saints, they also have the same type of questions. But remember that the questions that they are asking is not a question that you don't have right now. It's the same question that you have. The same answers that were given 1,000 years or 10,000 years ago is the same answers that are being given at this particular time. They say to Sutaji Maharaj that we feel most blessed to be in your company. We have no doubt in our minds that you will remove all our queries that is concerning the great Lord Bhagwan Shivji. Hence, they continue. Om Jai 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 Shiva Shankara, Jai 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 Shiva Shankara. श्रीमद्पुराणस्य श्रवणस्य विधिवद येन सर्वं लभे क्षेत्रसम्पूर्णफलमूतम्। जय 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 शिव शंकर, जय 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 शिव शंभो।
जय 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 शिव शंकर, जय 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 शिव शंभो।
जय 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 शिव शंकर, जय 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 शिव शंभो।
जय 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 शिव शंकर,
जय 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 शिव शंभो। जय जय मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे,
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 हे मोरिया
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's kata, and of course throughout the weeks that's gone past by, we are reminding you that Maharajadiv Mandir cordially invites you to come celebrate our 5th year anniversary at Maharajadiv Mandir. That is the Mandir's 5 years since we began our work here at Maharajadiv Mandir. So that begins on August the 18th at Sunday morning, and we go straight up until August the 25th. So please be sure to come out and celebrate with us at least for one of those sessions. The information is on the screen, and you can always call us at the Mandir to get more information on the yagna. We'll now join our own Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon as he continues his series on cancer. Dr. Ramkisoon.
Sitaram and welcome to Health Corner. I am Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon, and today is the 3rd episode in our series on cancer. Today we are discussing breast cancer, which is the most common type of cancer diagnosed in women. Although breast cancer can occur in men, it is far more common in women, comprising a quarter of all types of cancer diagnosed in women. It is estimated that 10% of breast cancers are genetic. The other 90% is due to cancerous changes that are not well understood. These cells start to divide rapidly, forming a lump of tissue or mass that may spread with time. Although it is difficult to predict who will develop breast cancer, there are certain risk factors that increase your chance. Just being female and an older age are significant factors for development. The next is a family history of breast cancer, since having a mother, sister, or daughter who has been diagnosed previously increases your risk of developing breast cancer in the future. Other interesting risk factors involve the body's exposure to certain female reproductive hormones. Beginning your period at an earlier age, typically before the age of 12, or starting menopause at an older age, usually over age 52, are risk factors for developing breast cancer later in life. Also, those that have never been pregnant are also at a higher risk. Some of the modifiable risk factors for breast cancer include obesity, cigarette smoking, alcohol, and shift work or disturbed sleep cycles. The symptoms of breast cancer are often very subtle and are not noticed until they are more advanced. The most important sign is a new breast lump or thickening that feels different from the surrounding tissue. Another sign is the change in the size, the shape, or appearance of the breast, or changes to the skin over the breast, such as dimpling. Unusual discharge from the nipple or changes in the skin of the areola around the nipple can also be signs of breast cancer. Another later sign is the appearance of multiple nodules or lumps in the armpit, which can indicate spread of the breast cancer to the lymph nodes in the armpit. If you see any of these signs, you should see your physician for further investigations. This may include a mammogram, which is an X-ray of the breast to look for density changes, ultrasound, or even MRI. If there is a lump that needs to be further investigated, a breast biopsy is arranged, which is taking a small sample of that tissue to examine under a microscope. Since breast cancer is often diagnosed late, it is important to screen for symptoms on a regular basis. Screening is testing healthy women in an attempt to diagnose those early breast cancers as soon as possible. Screening may include regular breast exams, mammography, ultrasound, and genetic screening. Of all of these, the most effective is breast self-exams, since every individual knows what their tissue normally feels like. The treatment for breast cancer depends on how advanced it is and how far it has spread. These treatments may include surgery to remove the lump only, surgery to remove the entire breast, or the breast and some of the armpit lymph nodes. Other treatments may include radiation therapy, chemotherapy, or hormonal therapy. breast cancer is a very common problem, and especially amongst older women. Although we cannot always prevent breast cancer from developing, at least we can screen for it and catch it as early as possible. Thank you for joining with me on Health Corner, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week on Rudraaya.
सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो राधे श्याम कहो सीताराम कहो सीताराम बिना बिर पार नहीं राधे श्याम बिना
Hi there viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's health segment, and it's a very informative health segment, and as Dr. Sachin continues along this next few weeks, please be sure to catch the health segment. We will now join our corporate host for the corporate segment, Kamalji, Lotus Funeral Home.
Sitaram and Namaste. My name is Kamal Bardwaj, and I am the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium in Kitchener. There's a growing trend to have a reception with a luncheon or dinner at the funeral home after a funeral service. Families are looking for more convenience and less work to do themselves, providing a meal to other family members and friends. Traditionally, it was always the case to go back to the family's home after a funeral service to have a meal and for a time of fellowship. There's a lot of work for a family to go back to their home and prepare or set up food for hundreds of people. Many times space may be an issue in terms of not being able to accommodate space for all the people. Also, the continuity is not the same after a service where everyone has to get back into their cars and find the home where the family is gathering. The convenience is to have the reception at the funeral home. The food can be catered for a relatively inexpensive amount with proper banquet tables and a buffet-style presentation with hostesses to serve and clean. Guests can easily flow from one space to another in the funeral home, from a funeral service to a reception. At Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center, we provide reception rooms with hostesses and offer catering with traditional West Indian food or North American menu. We are open 7 days a week and operate 24 hours a day. The crematorium is located in our building, so we never have to travel in bad weather to another location. We are centrally located in Toronto, serving East and West End families. We have large halls with 500 seating to smaller rooms. We can provide all the puja items, as well as a Havan Kund and a Kirtan group. For more information about Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center or Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium, please call me from the phone number on the screen. See you next week, and thank you for watching Rudraaya. Sitaram.
Life is beautiful, but death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
बनवासी बन राज दुलारे, सबसे नाता चोर चले, मुका मोह चले। आज हमारे राम अयोध्या जो चले। का सेवक बन कर लक्ष्मण जैसा भाई, राम का सेवक बन कर लक्ष्मण जैसा भाई, चली जानकी बन कर अपने प्रीतम की परछाई, नर नारी पशु पंछी सबका मन कुलाता, चोर चले मुका मोह चले। आज हमारे राम अयोध्या जो चले। जैसे विचरे चिंजाने पर देखा करते गैया, कैसे रो रो कर देखे राम लखन को मैया, माया ममता महरम वर्ण सबसे नाता चोर चले, मुका मोर चले। आज हमारे राम अयोध्या जो चले। मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे,
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 हे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे,
हे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे, मोरिया।
आनो आजा मेरे गीत तुझे मेरे गीत सुनाते हैं, मेरा सोना बड़ा रे संगीत, मेरा सोना बड़ा रे संगीत, तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। आनो आजा मेरे गीत तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं, आनो आजा मेरे गीत। बरसे गगन मेरे बरसे नयन, देखो तरसे है मन अब तो आजा। बरसे गगन मेरे तरसे नयन, देखो तरसे है मन अब तो आजा। शीतल पड़न के लगाए अगन, कोई मन के तो मन अब दिखा जा, तूने बलि निकाएगी, तूने बलि रे निकाए भी तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। मेरा सोना पड़ा रे संगी, मेरा सोना पड़ा रे संगी, तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। लौट के आजा मेरे गीत, तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। लौट के आजा मेरे गीत। कैसा ये जीवन का खेला, एक पल है हंसना एक पल है रोना, कैसा ये जीवन का खेला। एक पल है मिलना एक पल बिछड़ना, दुनिया ये 2 दिन का मेला। ये घड़ी न जाए भी, ये घड़ी न जाए भी, तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। मेरा सोना पड़ा रे संगी, मेरा सोना पड़ा रे संगी, तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। लौट के आजा मेरे गीत, तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। लौट के आजा मेरे गीत, तुझे मेरे गीत बुलाते हैं। लौट के आजा मेरे गीत, तुझे मेरे।
My dear viewers, we've come to the end of another segment of Rudraaya. I hope you've enjoyed today's segment. Please be sure to grab your tickets early for our Ganesh Visarjan boat cruise that's happening on September 1st. And throughout the program today, you've seen clips of last year's Ganesh Visarjan boat cruise. So we look forward to joining with you and celebrating this very auspicious occasion of Ganesh Visarjan. We'd like to thank our kind sponsors at Maharudraaya Mandir, as well as our executive producer, Gary Khan, for making Rudraaya possible. And of course, one of my famous quotes is that sometimes in life, we would meet people who would treat us wrong. But please be sure to stop and thank those people for making us strong. And of course, be sure to contact us at maharudrayamandir@gmail.com for those of you who use email. Our phone number is also on the screen, and as well as to check out our website for all of these events at www.maharudrayamandir.com. Until we meet again next week, have a blessed week. Namaste.
शंभु महादेवा, शंभु महादेवा,
शंभु महादेवा, शंभु महादेवा।
हे गंगाधरा शिव गंगाधरा,
गंगाधरा शिव गंगाधरा,
हे गंगाधरा शिव गंगाधरा।